Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Faking the give. Now Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Berrios. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
After the interception, here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on second and 10. Wilson.
That is caught by Mims.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. Touchdown, Jets.
Elijah Moore,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
The return from his end zone is Grant.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. Jakeem Grant. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Berrios now from his end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, right side. And finally, he goes out of bounds just 10 yards shy of the end zone. A spectacular return.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep him out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
A give running right is Hall.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Hall.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson on the keeper, and he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Zach Wilson
scoring on the sneak from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Watson going deep this time for Miller. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did.
And oh, that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Yeah, that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw is Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now. Well, he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Taking it about the 36. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
John Johnson with the INT. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try again with Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. It seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
York able to send this one through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but a starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, One guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. So that, a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick-6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Room here to run. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this fourth down field goal try for the Browns.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through,
and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Hall again on 2nd down.
And some space here. Runs over him. And all the way down to the 39.
119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Browns are right back in this football game.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Hey, 31! Hey, 59!
Throwing again is Watson. Going up top for Miller. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Wilson now throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Sione Takitaki able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Hall again on 2nd down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The return from his end zone is Grant. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Oh, the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jets, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bike and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time you lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I vanished. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. Not really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go.